What are you talking about? Oh, what's up, girl?
Good afternoon.
Okay.
See you soon, my friend.
I'm an Easter egg? What? How dare you? Yeah, no. How dare you? Let's do... Then we'll do... that. Perfect. Boop. Great. The bottom left of the map is an Easter egg? Oh, well, I mean, we got the encounter with death, which was creepy. Behind the woodcutters, there's an Easter egg for Elden Ring. The woodcutters? What woodcutters? Oh, over here? Oh. I don't know if you've been down there. We'll go take a look. I haven't seen anything about that.
What will happen now?
Our last supper, with only one but very filling course, awaits us.
Crazel, please. For once, just once, tell me what's actually going on.
And rob myself of enjoying your blissful ignorance? Not a chance. Tell me yourself, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, hopefully I'll finally find out what the point of all this was.
Or not, until you try another dose of niter.
I wouldn't do that to him. Not today. Bonnie will start today. At least I'll finally see if she understood my teachings. Bonnie?
First of all, I'd like to thank you on behalf of the whole gang for all the work you've done. We could never have finished the job without you. We found 2 new partners, you and Monarch here. It's good to have someone to rely on. So, it's time we started being honest with you, so you can finally learn the whole truth.
Not yet. Let's pull up that uppity bastard's leg a bit longer. That's the fun part.
Magic Card, we'll come back to that.
No, Z-Neck. First of all, I rather like them legs of his. And secondly, I think we've put him through enough suffering. This whole time, you've been collecting ingredients and clues for us. But, so you wouldn't go nosing around, we always told you it was for something different than it actually was.
The miller here calls it tackets.
Tactics, you idiot. And everything worked out according to plan. So today we're finally close to our great success. With the help of Hermes Trismegistos and his successors, we'll finally complete the dream of all alchemists. Our magnum opus.
Exactly, Bonnie.
Magnum opus. A great work of alchemy. You're trying to make the Philosopher's Stone.
I see you've learned something after all. But no, the Philosopher's Stone isn't our goal.
Let's see then, Henry. What is it you think we're making here?
Some kind of weapon?
Well, Henry's not too far from the truth after all, don't you think? Actually, he's pretty spot on. Although weapons were our last order of business. Let's start at the beginning. My father was a miller as well, but I was never much interested in the trade. Even as a young boy, I loved running around Lower Samine and investigating everything living and dead. And I had a lot of questions about everything. And my mother, God rest her soul, decided it'd be best for me to go to study in Prague. As soon as I grew up and gained a bit of sense, I packed my bags and left.
So you went to a university in Prague? The son of a miller?
Why not? My father worked his arse off, and he had the coin for it, miller or not. I met a lot of remarkable people at the university, and my thirst for knowledge kept growing. But in the end, it only took a year of all that pretentious, scholarly blathering and hypocritical nonsense for me to realize I wouldn't learn anything proper there.
It's like my
Most
college
of the students
experience.
and masters are just a bunch of dogmatic fools. They have their own truth, and those who want to know more or ask the wrong questions fall into disfavor, as was my case.
Hmm.
You left your studies?
And I'm glad I did. The most important science is not
Hey, Swift.
subject to any religious dogma. And, of course, it's not taught at any university.
You mean thievery?
Oh, come on. The art of combination and dissolution. The key to understanding the very nature
I knew
of the
that was
world.
the answer, but we had to do
There's
it.
only one queen of science. Alchemy. I returned to the mill in Lower Samine and started a new life.
What did your parents say when you returned from your studies?
My mother had already passed away. All my father said was, "I knew you'd be back." And he sent me to haul sacks of flour. I think in the end he was glad to have someone to take over the mill from him. From then on, alchemy became my true passion. I brought a few important books from Prague. I started with the most difficult thing. I tried to create gold.
Haha, easy.
That was pretty daring
Yeah, I
of
know,
you.
right?
As you might expect, it didn't work. But after a few tries, I managed to create something entirely different. Once I tried mixing sulfur, charcoal, and saltpeter. I had a candle burning next to me. A gust of wind scattered the mixture, and all of a sudden, bang! I almost shit myself, I tell you. But then I realized I'd unwittingly created a miracle. Explosive black powder.
So I was right. You're making weapons.
No, it's about much more
There it
than that.
is.
We're all in on it now.
I couldn't continue my experiments on my own, but Bonnie and Zinnig did a few little jobs for me.
So he initiated us.
But we just still didn't know how to do it right and not blow ourselves up in the process.
And we used up a huge amount of saltpeter and sulfur.
By the way, the manuscript from that Hermes Trismegistos was our shopping list and price list for material from Kuttenberg.
Only we didn't know correct proportions. I looked up a few of my former fellow students and brought it up with them. And we found out that before us, some monk had already made the discovery.
Some fella called Black Bertold.
Black
And that
Bertold.
he even started writing a book called Feuerwehr.
Feuerwerkbuch.
We couldn't believe our luck when we found out there's a copy of it right here at Trotsky.
And you know the rest.
It's a discovery that will change history. In the right hands, it can make miracles happen. All it takes is a spark, and a storm of fire will sweep away the old world order. It will wipe out stupidity and ignorance, once and for all.
And what will happen now?
And well, to
As
blow
I
it up.
said, we're about to have our last supper on our journey to satisfy our hunger for knowledge. A feast of smoke and fire. Black Bertold never finished his book.
Are they going to
Because he
blow
never had
themselves
enough
up?
ingredients for his
Probably.
last great experiment. But now, thanks to you, we do. We can finally finish Bertold's work and finish his book. We'll see with our own eyes what a barrel of black powder can
Oh, no.
do. I hope you're as excited as I am.
Oh, no. I have some more questions.
Before we get started, there's something I want to know. This book, Feuerwerkbuch, what's written in it?
Everything you'd want to know about black powder. How to mix it in a proper ratio. How to store it. How to light it properly. And especially how to use it in warfare. Because that's the most important part, after all.
Do you really need that much saltpeter?
We do. Saltpeter makes up almost 3/4 of the mixture. Not even all the cows in the region could produce enough for us once we really get started with manufacturing.
Okay. One sec while we're doing this.
What is it you're going to do with this powder?
During wartime, like it is now, a flammable and explosive mixture like this has more uses than you can imagine. If we had a few big barrels of the stuff, we could demolish Trotsky if we wanted to. And maybe we will.
All of us here are truly passionate about the idea of a new world. And now it's within our grasp.
What is it you studied at the university?
I was supposed to become a preacher.
That fits you. Maybe you'd even be a good preacher.
Maybe I would. maybe I wouldn't.
God has a path prepared for each of us. And each of us here decided not to follow it.
I was supposed to be a dyer, but I was too lazy to work 6 days a week and soak my hands in lye.
I was supposed to become a nun, but I didn't want to give up the booze and fellas.
And I've already told you everything. The world is what you make it.
Jurgen says this game must be 75% talking and 25% battling. So we are definitely up to a point where we're doing a lot of talking, but you go sometimes like half an hour, or sometimes you get on big quests and all you do is fight for a long time. Yep.
How did a scholar and an alchemist become a thief?
Prague is a big city, and a poor student has no chance of getting a decent place to sleep or even something to eat. Learning to shop with 5 fingers was the first requirement for survival. We're all masters of our own destiny.
Learning to shop
I've heard
with
enough.
5 fingers.
Now I want to see that with my own eyes.
Let's do it then. Bonnie, is everything ready?
Indeed, it is. We can get started. Long live the beautiful new world.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I hope one of them doesn't die. Why are you doing this? Oh, my God, he's... Get back! What are you doing? How far away are they? Is it right in front of them?
Looks like it ain't working.
That was actually a lot smaller than I was thinking for a barrel that large. But damn.
I'd say it works just fine.
This will change history.
You have no idea.
What? I can't hear a thing. But I'd say it works just fine.
That was great. That was a lot of fun.
As long as you listen to me and keep the proportions right, you won't fuck it up.
I might actually listen to you if my ears ever stop ringing.
I apologize.
That was a great effect of the ears ringing. That was actually really good. Hi, puppers. Hi, puppers.
You silly mutt. Look what I have for you.
We find our rat friend? I don't think so, unfortunately. Yeah. Wow.
You really led me on about the gunpowder magazine, didn't you? A golem made of dough, souls inside saltpeter, the secrets of light and shadow. That was all just empty talk, wasn't it?
Not exactly. It's all based on the real philosophy of the Jewish Kabbalah. I studied the writings of Bonaventura and Dietrich von Freiberg, but it was never in my interest to put their theories into practice. But they worked brilliantly as a cover-up, don't you think?
I mean, they did.
I really thought you'd have a golem made from dough walking around the mill, or that I could become invisible.
Ah, but black powder is no less a miraculous creation.
So for the last time, Crazel, what now?
I'll do what I promised, and what will most likely be my fate. I'm going to gather together all the knowledge I've acquired and finish Black Berthold's book. I'll finish his opus.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And what about me?
That's up to you, Henry. You're a free man. Lure Samine has no hold over you, and never did. You know, The inevitability of God's plan takes no interest in people like you and me. We'll always be little people. Beneath it all.
Real quick.
At CohhCarnage, I think you need to seriously consider rushing the main quest and getting to the second map. At this rate, you are seriously not going to be able to complete this game before all the other games release. The second map is massive. You are vastly underestimating how much is left in this game.
Let me say this right now, because you are not the only person that has said messages like that. In fact, I've gotten about 30 of them over the last few days, and PMs on Twitter, Discord, and all that stuff. Let me make this very, very clear. I have made a decision for February and March. I am not going to rush any of the games that I am playing. I have done that in the past, where I have said, okay, let's get this game finished so we can play this game, so we can play this game. Not only does that affect how I feel about the game, but it affects the stream. So what I've decided to do is that I am going to take my time with KCD2. I'm going to take my time with Avowed. We're going to play Avowed and KCD2 in parallel. When one of those games finishes, we're going to bring in Monster Hunter Wilds, and we'll probably play those in parallel. And then when one of those games finish, we're going to start Yakuza, the new Yakuza game. Now, I am going to do little looks here and there at sponsored streams, full disclosure. This is my job. So we'll be taking a look at like a couple hours at Civ 7, Exo Hunters, whatever that's called. Probably even take a couple hours sponsored look at Yakuza. But I am not planning on starting more playthroughs until I have taken my time with those 4 big games. That's where we are. There will be no rushing of any kind with those 4 games. So that means that I will probably be playing them a lot longer than most other streamers. But that's just what we're going to do. All right. That's what we're doing. That's what we're going to do. No Monster Hunter? Oh, definitely Monster Hunter. That was Wilds. When I said Wild, so we're doing this and Avowed in parallel. When one of those is done, we'll do whatever's left and Wilds. And then whenever I'm done with one of those, we bring in Yakuza. And again, I want to make it totally upfront. I will do, I mean, it's like 2 months time probably. So I'll be doing sponsor streams here and there, but those 4 games will be my focus. Yeah. Okay.
That sounds somehow hopeful in a peculiar way, I'd say.
Thought that answers your
Now
question.
I'm even happier about the great thing we've accomplished here.
The ideal conclusion, I'd say. Maybe it's time to carry sacks at a different mill. But if you're still interested in learning a bit more, drawing from the well of alchemical knowledge...
I know where to find you.
Indeed.
Crazel?
Fuse didn't catch me.
Rip Factorio? Nope.
I told you
I
there's no need to dip
Actually
it in resin.
played a little bit of Factorio offline recently just to make sure I knew how to play it, and ended up losing like 30 minutes and had to rip myself away from it because I realized if I played anymore, I'd probably need to start playing it on stream again. So no, don't worry about Factorio. Just like Satisfactory, I'm taking a multi-week to month break from it, and we will return and finish it at some point. I love games like that, dude, but I also understand that I can play them whenever I want. There's no story. We don't really have to remember anything. So we'll be back. Yeah, Rip Metaphor, though. Yeah, that one is Rip. That one is Rip for now, yes.
And
Yes.
wax. Better to use rushes.
Black powder? I'd never have expected that from Crazel.
Imagine, that monarch of ours is half deaf.
That dog of yours? What does that have to do with the gunpowder magazine?
Just that I was wondering that the explosions didn't bother him at all. At least he won't suffer here. And now I'm not surprised he was so unhappy with that bastard Vasarik. Hey, how did you know what we were actually doing?
I didn't exactly.
But you said weapons. How did you find out? Did we let it slip somehow?
The moment you started dealing with saltpeter, I thought you might be making arrowheads out of those crystals.
Sakra. That means it's all on me. I told Crazel we should use the story about the butchers and say less about the golem. Anyway, you did a damn fine job. You deserve a nickname from me, like I promised. We're going to call you Sourdough.
I love it!
Sourdough, eh? Doesn't sound too bad.
See, I told you I was better at coming up with nicknames
I
than Zenek.
love it.
Take care then, Sourdough.
Sourdough Co. I'll
and
take
come
it.
back and visit sometime.
Let's call them Sour Co. and
Take
combine it
care
together. There we go.
VIP detected in chat.
Oh, Wayne. Okay.
We've been through a lot together. Will you finally tell me more about yourself?
Have you not grown tired of all this constant questioning? I've told you plenty already. And if I left something out, it was for a good reason.
Well, I know about the university, the alchemy, your desire to change the world, but I don't know anything about you as a person.
That's a question I'd like to know the answer to myself. To find yourself and who you really are. Isn't that the only true meaning of life?
Damn. I mean, yeah, kinda.
I have a...
You know I don't like that ugly word. What do you want to know about the art?
That's all.
Questions about the art. I love how it changed the question. That's awesome.
What's new around?
Nothing much, lad.
Okay, I think we're done here, man.
I'd like to learn...
Well, all right. Or a few gross.
I reckon you could...
That's a true art. You need to master the knowledge of life. Let's get to work.
Get a little stealth there.
You silly doggy.
Okay, well, this has been freaking incredible. All right, let's go over here real quick because I want to see this. I think there's an Easter egg down here behind the woodcutter. Let's go take a look. Is this the woodcutters up here? Oh, yeah, I don't think we've been down here.
Whoa!
I would cutter. Man, they got to get rid of that tutorial. Man, a lot of nice horses out here. What are all these horses doing here?
Are you afraid of water or what?
No, of course not. I was just on my way to the baths.
Are we super dirty? Oh, it's funny. Has Pebbles been upgraded? Yes. I have no clue if this is where people were telling me to go, but we're going to see what this is. This little weird path into the woods. Dude, where are we going?
I should go back.
Oh. I guess that's where we're going. Okay, it's not here. Any place else in the woods that looks interesting? We could go down the road, maybe. Oh, so chat's saying don't follow the path, but go straight into the woods from the top of that for a surprise. Okay. Getting a little dork. All right. It's Let Me Solo Her from Elden Ring. What? Dude, that's cool. Look at that. That is freaking cool. Wow, man. Huh. Jeez. That's a fun little tribute there. I wonder what he thinks about that. I wonder if he's commented on that at all. And the poppy is the rot? Yeah, dude. The scarlet poppy. That's fun. That's fun. Oh.
With Twitch Prime. Hey Cohh.
Hi.
Just finished Outer Worlds, which was a blast. Never knew I would like it and start a No Man's Sky run. Watching VODs gave me a hint to help out.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Awesome. Great to hear. Wait, why do I only have 6 arrows left? Oh, because I don't have the poison ones on. Yeah. Boop. Boop. Wait, what? Are you a band? Oh.
Eh?
Oh.
You're a dead man! Mercy!
Sword's poisoned. Yeah. Man, poison swords are rude, dude. I like it. That's gonna save a lot of extra swings having to kill people asking for mercy. Let's see. I love that you get the arrows back unpoisoned, so you can like poison them again and go back out. Oh. Wait 1 sec. Oh. Is any of the stuff we got for our horse any better? No, the prog saddle's a lot worse. Bridle's a lot worse. No, everything's good. Yeah. Okay, we'll sell that when we can. How do you poison arrows? You just find the poison in your inventory, and when you have it selected in your inventory, you can apply it, and you just apply it to the arrows, and it applies it in batches. Look how pretty the castle is from this far off. Oh. Let's go do this.
Quick!